Welcome to the Billionaire Mindset, your 30-day journey to thinking like a billionaire. Now you can just watch this video, or if you want to sign up for the entire series for free and get the bonus PDF companion calendar, check the link in the description below. Today is day 4, and we're going to learn the wake-up habits of billionaires. Enjoy.
What is my belief practice today? Today, I feel the fierce love of all that is God. So deeply, so strongly and so purely in my heart that it lifts and carries me, and sometimes I actually feel weightless in the love that is God, because I feel it in all things. I actually awaken to birds twittering in the morning now, the original tweets. And because I'm not so focused on, because I've reached a point in my life where I actually pay attention to every breath. And my spiritual practice is that I awaken, and the first thought is thank you. And the next thought is I'm still here in this body. And my heart's desire is to want to live and be in this body fully present to everything, to all beings, to all things, to not miss this experience of being here now on the planet we call Earth.
This entrepreneur brand logo was done by a top freelancer on Fiverr. Is simple.
I get up in the morning, and I learned this years ago, and you go to the bathroom as you normally do, go back.
I have to go in the middle of the night, so.
Well, let's say then and in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So you get up
I'm
there.
like, I think I woke up at 3.
No,
it's only 6:30.
Exactly. You just sit there and you clear your mind. That's not easy. Our minds go fast. So I look at the wall, I look at the ceiling. Okay, that's the ceiling. That's the lamp. That's the bottom of the bed. There's my dog Susie outside, ready to jump in the Colorado River. I focus, right? Then I go right back, and maybe I'll look at a wall, and I'll just clear my head. Anything enters my head, I'll look at the doorway. I'll look at anything to go into present time. And it only takes a couple, and just be. Sometimes I close my eyes, sometimes they're open, I just be. And then almost every single day what comes out of me, either quietly or verbally loudly, is creator of souls, thank you for this incredible life you have given me, and help me see the truth and how I could spread goodness with this blessing you have given me. And then my mind is usually pretty clear, and then I go about my day. I don't think about things, what I'm gonna do during the day, nothing until that happens. And I'm probably good for that 95% of the time.
That's very impressive. What age did you start doing that?
Whatever it is, it just clears it.
You've done that how long?
Oh God, I'd say I couldn't even tell you, at least a decade, maybe longer.
Wow.
Just clears your head. Instead of meditating there forever, it's like exercising. There are many exercises you could do. Some it's an hour's worth of exercising, 2 hours, 3 hours, and all of a sudden comes along an exercise that takes 10 seconds, but exercises everything in your body. That was a shortcut, but to accomplish the same thing. So not that what I'm telling you and your audience surpasses meditating for hours. I'm sure that's probably great. I just didn't choose to do that and try and find a shorter time to do something that would normally take a longer time to achieve something good.
Now I'm going through and teaching myself neural networks and doing the same thing with machine learning and GANs and this and that, because AI is going to have more of an impact than the internet did. AI plus new types of chipsets plus 5G is going to change things far more than we've ever seen anything change. And understanding where and how to apply it is going to be critical, but just as important, knowing how to segregate and separate the bullshit, right, is as important, because every email y'all are about to send me is going to say, I have this AI solution and we're using algorithms. Yeah, of course you are, right? And then what? What really makes you different? What really sets you apart? But if I didn't do that work, if I didn't sit down and do the AWS machine learning tutorials, if I didn't go on YouTube and take, the NYU Introduction to Neural Networks or whatever, I'm not going to know it, I'm not going to be able to apply it, and I'm not going to be able to be first. And that's fun. That's fun. Knowing I get to kick the ass of some 22-year-old NYU graduate, that's awesome.
If you own a business, this is for you. I'm going to show you how you can get a 3x ROI.
The first question you're going to get asked when you go to apply for a job, whether it's now or some point in the future, is what did you learn? What did you do? What skills did you add during the pandemic of 2020? And I think it's imperative to anybody looking to get a job, to really push themselves forward, to do better than their parents, to really place a focus on learning. I think you'd agree, Mike, and anybody watching, that one of the greatest skills that we all can have in the business world is a thirst for knowledge, just being excited about learning and knowing how to learn. And this really is the best opportunity ever for people to add to their skills, whether it's taking a Coursera class or, in the past I would have said reading a lot of books, but now having learned from my kids, going on YouTube and, watching tutorials and watching videos on various subjects. I learned how to write a three-layer JavaScript neural network on YouTube. And so there's a unique opportunity now for you to add skills, particularly in areas like artificial intelligence that are going to be in great demand that most people have not yet learned, because it's so recent that it's become really applicable.
The same thing I told myself, the same thing I tell everybody. One, you're 21, 22, 23 years old, right? You don't have to figure it out right now. Don't try, right? You spend all this money, paying to learn. Now it's your chance to get paid to learn. You don't need the perfect job. You just need to go somewhere where you'll learn and start to be exposed to different ideas. And now it's not like, when Greg 40 years ago was graduating.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And me 5 years ago, it was like, get a career. And the pressure was, get a career, go work for IBM or General Motors and get a pension. Those days are gone. People can't even pay their pensions anymore. And so you're a free agent. And you're always going to be a free agent on the market. You guys are the Kevin Durant's and LeBron James, where you're always out there and can go find a better situation for yourself. Do what's best for you. What have you got to lose? Like when I started my company, after I got fired by Michael Umecki, what was good? How bad could it be? I would lose my Motel 6 towel, It was just like, what have you got to lose? And yeah, I understand there's pressure from student loans, and there's a lot of conversations we can have there, right? But, you can get a job that doesn't have to be perfect. You can learn at that job, and you guys have the pedigree, you have the brains, you have the initiative to go out and try the next job, The good news is the economy's good enough that it may not be perfect, but you can go job to job. Don't look for the perfect answer. Just look to get the experience, look to learn, because all these different exposures, all the different things you learn, learning how to learn, that's what's going to get you excited and juice you for something that you love. Because once you find something you love to do, that's when the magic happens. Because when you're able to find something you love to do, then you can start focusing on, how can I be great at this? And like Greg found out he was a great networker. I like to, play with technology and try to do things first. Whatever it is that you find about yourself, then you can try to be great at it. And it's rare when people quit things they're great at. And so trying those things, so that's how I advise people. Don't stress, just go out and try different things.
I like to read more than most kids. I really like to read a lot. My Aunt Edie gave me a copy of the World Almanac, and that was heaven to me. And I can still tell you that the almost population was 214,006 in 1930. Some numbers just got to stick with you. And very early, probably when I was 7 or so, I took this book out of the Benson Library called 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000. And One of the ways in this book was having penny weighing machines. And I sat and calculated how much it would cost to buy the first weighing machine and then how long it would take for the profit for that one to buy another one. And I would sit there and create these compound interest tables to figure out how long it would take me to have a weighing machine for every person in the world. First books I read on investment were actually in my dad's office. Pretty soon I read all the books in the office and read some of them more than once. A few years ago, I went to Amazon, and sure enough, they had this manual there. So while reliving my youth, other guys were going to Amazon probably and buying old Playboys or something, but I bought old Moody's manuals instead. And when I got out of school, I started selling stocks. I was 20 years old at the time and looked about 16 and acted about 12. So I was not the most impressive salesperson anybody ever met. But what I would do was I went through page by page looking for possibly undervalued stocks.
I wake up really early every day, and I play tennis with somebody who's a lot younger and a lot fitter than me, and we play singles, and we give it everything we can, and end up sweating big time and having a lot of fun at this as well. And then if the wind is up, I'll go for a kite surf. Kiting's a lovely way just to get away from the mobile phones and just get out on the sea, and then after that come back, have a sort of nice healthy breakfast generally. So sometimes not so healthy.
You found your kryptonite.
And then I'm ready. Then I'm ready for the day.
I'm inspired by, life and all sorts of things. You can say something right now and it would inspire me to write a song or something to happen. Most kings just happen to be inspired by a Basquiat drawing, the drawing, and he had the most young kings get their head cut off on the bottom. And I looked at that and I was like, it's powerful. Just the statement in itself, lends itself for a song. The song starts inspired by Basquiat. My chariot's on fire. Everybody took shots, hit my body up. I'm tired. And then it's this, it build me up to break me down, to build me up again. They like, Hov, we need you back so we could kill your ass again. It's like this thing, this love, hate thing that the world has with success, period.
You guys that are just getting started, you're not gonna start right here. You're gonna start down there. Okay, probably in another city, another town. I grew up in Lake Charles, Louisiana, no money, raised by a single mother. I was in debt at 25 years old. The first thing that I had to do in my life was not learn a new skill. The first thing I had to do to get my life moving in the right direction was self-development. It is vital, it was vital for me that I improved myself and I could start
some special bonus clips that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the Billionaire Mindset question of the day. I want to know, what was your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week? Also, if you've already got your Billionaire Mindset companion PDF calendar, get ready for another amazing video tomorrow. Or if you don't have it yet, you can get it for free in the first line of the description below. And if you're enjoying this Billionaire Mindset series, give me a hashtag Billionaire Mindset in the comments below so I can celebrate you.
really early every day. And I play tennis with somebody who's a lot younger and a lot fitter than me, and we play singles, and we give it everything we can, and end up sweating big time, and having a lot of fun at this as well. And then if the wind is up, I'll go for a kite surf. Kiting's a lovely way just to get away from the mobile phones and just get out on the sea. And then after that come back, have a sort of nice healthy breakfast generally. So sometimes not so healthy.
You found your kryptonite.
And then I'm ready. Then I'm ready.
Dog goes woof, cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. Cow goes moo, frog goes croak, and the elephant goes toot. Ducks say quack, and fish go blub, and the seal goes ow, ow, ow. But there's one sound that no one knows. What does the fox say? What the fuck say? What the fuck say? Happy, happy, happy ho. Happy, happy, happy ho. Happy, happy, happy ho. What the fuck say? What the fuck say? Big blue eyes, pointy nose, chasing mice and digging holes. Tiny paws up the hill. Suddenly you're standing still. Your fur is red, so beautiful, like an angel in disguise. But if you meet a friendly horse, will you communicate by more? How will you speak to that horse? What does the fox say? What the fox say? What the fuck say? What the fuck say?
Feel the power of you controlling your breathing. In through your nose and out through your mouth. You've got your legs crossed, your back straight, your eyes closed. You remember the truth. You know the truth that you were born to win, to take control of your life the way you take control of your breathing. One breath at a time, one thought at a time. So let's do that right now. Let's see ourselves doing the best we can as we begin our day today in the best way possible. Winning the morning, winning our mind, and growing our minds and our bodies. And whatever we do. So right now, let's see ourselves doing the best walk we've ever done when that music shuts off. Right here, right where we are, right where we sit. Because we know the truth. After all, we're made of truth. We're made of the same stuff the universe is made of. That's what makes you infinitely intelligent. See yourself right now doing the best walk you've ever done when that music shuts off. When that music goes off, you're going to win. You're going to make it real. You're going to make your dream, your vision real.
Ready to start our warm up? We're going to start off by just walking on the spot. You start getting your arms involved. A little bit higher with our knees. You got some room, you can walk a few steps forward, a few steps back. Now we're just going to go with high knees. Try to get opposite knee, opposite arm. And now we're going to go to heel kicks. Try to get your heel as high as you can towards your backside. We're going to do some side shuffles. Just going to go off a few steps to your side. See how much room you have. You might have enough room for 2 shuffles, possibly 3 shuffles. And now we're going to do some leg swings. You have a wall, you can hold on to your wall. Work both sides. We're going to move to some hamstring stretches as we move. So you're just going to go down, try to touch heel to the floor, try to get as low as you can. You don't need to touch the ground. You're just sweeping the floor with your arms. You're going heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe. Awesome. Some big arm circles forward. A little bit smaller. And smaller. Now we can go reverse. A little bit larger. Larger. And nice and big circles. Awesome. Should be ready for our workout now that we're nice and warmed up. switch, get tired. switch, get tired. That was a great workout. Now it's time for our cool down. Let's start off with a few cool down stretches. Start off with the shoulder stretch. Take your right arm, place it across your body. You can use your left arm to pull it towards your body gently. Let's switch with your left arm. Next, we're going to try an overhead stretch. Arms together, just reach up for the sky. Then we're going to do hands behind your back, stick out your chest. We're just going to do a chest stretch. Awesome. We're going to go down to the floor in a kneeling position. Start off with my right knee back, left knee forward. And all I'm going to do is a hip flexor and I'm going to move forward, keeping your body nice and straight. Move forward and hold. And switch. Remain straight and lean. Your front foot is flat on the floor. Next one, we're going to go onto our stomachs. On your elbows, elbows are directly under your shoulders, and we're just going to come up like a cobra. We're going to turn over onto our backs. Arms out. We're going to start off with our right leg, trying to touch our left hand, but keeping our right shoulder onto the ground. And let gravity do the work. Bring it back. And try left foot, trying to touch our right hand. Keeping both shoulders onto the floor. And back up. Last one, we're going to do a hamstring stretch. This one, I need you to have your knees slightly bent, feet shoulder width apart. We're going to keep our back straight on this, and we're going to try and get as far down as we can. Some of you will be able to touch your toes. What I don't want you to do is have your legs straight and do this. What you want to do is slight bend, keep your back straight, and see how far down you can go and hold. Great job today.
in once again. Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed, focused on our breathing. Back to our breathing. That powerful force keeping us alive, keeping our energy flowing. And we don't really think about it. We never really attempt to control our breathing, most of us anyway. But we were born to do that too. To remember that in any moment, we can take charge of it, the way we take charge of our breathing. Same way we take charge of our mind, our thoughts. So reflect back on today. How did you do? Are you satisfied with your work ethic? Are you satisfied with your determination? Did you use it in its fullness, its beauty? Our determination is invisible. We cannot put our finger on it. We cannot see it, but it is there. We have the power to determine what we will think and what we will do. Today, we've won the morning. We've won our minds, and therefore we can win our day and our life. One breath at a time, one thought at a time. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great life as always. I miss you. I love you guys so much. Keep going. Keep using your determination. Love you guys.
Luxers, many of you are already parents, and for those of you who aren't there yet, it might not be that far in the future. For many families, money is a taboo subject. But why is that, considering most of us will have to use this tool for the rest of our lives? Most parents don't teach their kids about money because they don't know much about it themselves. As an A-Luxer, you're already way ahead of the curve of everyone else. So in this Sunday motivational video, we decided to give you a hand and break down 15 things to teach your child about money. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. And even better, Part 2 is already live on our New Parents channel with another 15 once you're done with this. The link is in the description, but let's go through the first list, shall we? 15 things to teach your child about money, Part 1. Number 1. There are no ceilings to how much one can earn. Many grow up with the idea that the pie is limited, that there's a limited amount, just enough to go around, and if you make a bit more, someone else gets a bit less. This is one of the scars of the agricultural and industrial age. This land can bear this fixed amount of crops. You could never 10, 100, or 1000x the production based on the same raw input. Today, we create value by solving idea problems. Your child will grow up in the world of Internet 2.0, where their opportunities will be dramatically different than the ones you had for yourself. Teach them early on that there are no ceilings but the ones we set for ourselves. Number 2. The more people you help, the more money you'll make. It used to be that money was a linear outcome. You chopped wood for 10 hours, you got paid for 10 hours of chopping wood. Linear. Your child could write a piece of code, write a book, create a song, create the next Uber, Airbnb, or Amazon, and the result will be non-linear. Money is the reward people give you for helping them overcome a problem. The more help you can provide, the more money the market will give you as thanks. Number 3, money doesn't solve all of your problems, but it solves all your money problems. Teach your child not to have an emotional relationship with money and see it for what it really is, a tool. Tools solve problems they were designed for. Money solves money problems, like paying the bills or buying other material things. Only a fool would expect money to make them happy, to buy them quality friends, or to aid them in finding their life purpose. This doesn't mean you shouldn't want money, for there are many problems where money is the perfect fix. In the words of Kendrick, money trees is the perfect place for shade.
This is a share, and you don't need any of these to make money from the stock market. And
Number 4, you will be rewarded based on result, not your effort. Effort and intentions are not enough, and if you're a smart parent, you'll instill this in your child early on. If hard work is all it took to be happy and successful, then the kids mining cobalt in the Congo so you can have your new iPhone would be the richest of us all. You won't get ahead without working hard, without effort, but just as important is the direction you're heading in. Spend half of your time figuring out where you want to go, and the other half working toward it. Number 5, money doesn't buy happiness, it buys freedom. And the truth is, no one can be happy unless they're free. Only once one achieves freedom can they begin to work on happiness. How many times have you seen people with money that are miserable? How many are so obsessed with playing the game for an imaginary high score that in the process end up sacrificing everything that brought them happiness as collateral damage? Fundamentally, there are 3 things your child should pursue in life. 1, freedom from chains, which in our case comes from the money. 2, happiness, which comes from introspection, usually aided by meditation or our understanding of the world. And 3, health, which comes from our understanding of the body and its role in the ecosystem. Without these 3, one cannot have quality relationships, one cannot help those in need, one cannot make themselves or the world better. If you're looking for the perfect mix of meditation and focus, we recommend you go to alux.com/meditation and check out Mind Mastery. We designed it for people just like you. Number 6, having money doesn't make you better than those who don't have as much as you. Basically, teach your kid not to be a dingus. As much as society likes to rank people based on their place in the social hierarchy, your income is not correlated to how decent of a human being you are. As a parent, you want your child to understand that everyone should be treated with respect, from the janitor to the CEO of a company. Teach your child to see beyond the curtain people put on display. It'll help them tremendously in picking out quality friends that will be there for them when they need it. Number 7, make money with your mind, not with your back, because your back will give up a lot faster than your mind. Society rewards added value. The amount of value you can add with your back will always be limited. Teach your child early on the importance of using their minds as a competitive advantage. Ideas are just multipliers for your actions. Number 8, some people look rich and some people are rich. Teach your child to differentiate between real and pretend. Teach your child to see real value outside of marketing. If done right, your child will never feel the need to play status games, or at least they'll have the feeling under control. You want your child to be wealthy, to have more than they'll ever need so they don't have to worry. You want your child to be rich in experiences, in friendships, not in the latest off-white sneaker or whatever overpriced bowler hat Supreme is trying to get you to buy. Little money is always loud, while true wealth whispers. Number 9, you don't want to be rich, you want to be wealthy. Expanding on the previous point, did you know you can be paper rich and still be very close to being broke? We know people who earn in excess of $1 million a year and spend almost just as much. These people are rich, but they are not wealthy. If they got hit by a car tomorrow, their family wouldn't be able to afford their current lifestyle. Wealth comes from being comfortable outside of your daily activity. Wealth is money coming in while you sleep. Wealth is not having debt breathing down your neck. Wealth is having time to spend with your child because you can afford not to go to work today. Don't fall prey to the illusion of wealth disguised in the richness of golden handcuffs. Number 10, use the tools of your generation. Teach your child to learn in the age they're living in. Fundamentally, the education system has failed because they were simply unable to catch up. Much of it is still being too stuck in the past to see it. School can't teach your child to build the next SpaceX or Tesla. Schools have no idea what brilliancy might lie inside the mind of your child, and because of that, they don't know how to nurture it to blossom. We are the first generation to experience both before and after the internet. Your child will grow up in this world and in virtual worlds. You grew up commuting to work, while your child might never have to set foot in an office cubicle ever in their life. In order to build a retail store, you used to have to find a location to rent, invest in the interior design, in the tech, buy products in bulk, and then sell it to local customers. But right now, you could go to alex.com/sell, and before the end of the day, you could be selling products to anyone in the world thanks to Shopify. Allow your kid to play video games, for games are the future of media. Allow your kid to build technology, because what they're building is the future tech that their own children are going to use.
This is John. In the last 30 days, John was able to buy a brand new Tesla from the help of an online
use. Number 11. You want to be wealthy and anonymous rather than famous and poor. The trap in modern technology lies exactly in this. You have people who achieved fame that are not wealthy. You see them every day on your Instagram and TikTok feeds. Teach your child to build wealth silently, and then decide for themselves if they want to add fame into the equation. Number 12. If you're going to dream, might as well dream big. We read this in one of Trump's books when we were a lot younger. He's now the president of the United States, so I guess it worked for him. Take this idea to actionable insight, and we end up with the following. It takes the same amount of work to make $1 million per year as it does to make $100,000 per year. The leverage comes from your creative ideas and your ability to solve problems. Keeping up with the previous example, chopping wood has zero creative leverage, so teach your kid to use leverage to achieve bigger goals for the same amount of work. Number 13. You can't help the poor if you're one of them. When you're poor, you think if you had a lot of money, you would just give it away to those who need it. Then you educate yourself and learn that it's not the case. As the old tale goes, give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you'll feed him for life. Money should go toward teaching people how to fish and eventually buying or teaching them how to make their own fishing rods. Only then people are free of the trap of uncertainty. How do you expect to help anyone else when you can't even help yourself? Teach your children to be better and bring people up with them. Number 14. The real measure of your wealth is how much you would be worth if you lost all of your money. Who are you when you strip away all the glitz and glam? What is your skill set? What are you really able to do? These are big questions that fundamentally dictate the path a child will take in life. You want your child to have real skills and abilities. Nobody can take away what you know how to do. Teach her to be strong all on her own, and she'll take the world by storm. Number 15. Sometimes more money is just too expensive. Most people never realize just how expensive money is, mostly because they never took the time to understand how to value it. There comes a point in someone's journey where no matter how much is on the table, the cost of getting the money is higher than the payout. Would you trade a year of your life for $1 million right now? Maybe you would, and that's okay, because for some of you right now, $1 million would be life-changing money. It would dramatically improve your life and those of which you love. But let's say you already have $200 million in your bank account. Would you make the same trade then? 1 year for $1 million? Of course not. Would you trade the relationship with your children for whatever amount of money the market is throwing at you? Would you trade your soul for peace of mind? Some things are too expensive.